It's cheap hits of dopamine, cheap hits of hormones, cheap love cocktails that are gonna fade over time. It's not gonna be where you have a conscious awareness with a partner to build something with, a soul connection, because they've done the inner work, because they're not choosing to cheat, right? So they have a partner that they can build something meaningful with in life and choose love and to evolve one another. Why would you throw that away? So guys, we are going to be discussing the 5 top reasons of why men cheat. And guys, men can cheat for a ton of different reasons, trust me. We are going to be discussing the 5 top psychological reasons of why men cheat that drive all their different actions of why they choose what they do to cheat. So first off, he's emotionally unhealed, which means he is stuck in the wounded masculine. He's in the little boy energy. He's in his victimhood. He's not doing his shadow work. Essentially, he does not want to sit with himself. He does not want to face his wounds. He does not want to face his emotions that he feels. So, guys, you know, when you don't want to face the emotions that feel uncomfortable, what do? We look for vices. We look for escapism, right? So, what better way to escape your emotions than to look for another woman, validation in something else, right? The excitement of the said cheating. So it's a higher level of vibration, a distraction, something to keep his mind preoccupied rather than sitting with himself and doing the shadow work. Something that maybe there's some issues in the marriage, right? Maybe that the marriage is stuck in a rut and the monotony and he needs some spice in his life. But the core thing is he cannot sit with himself in his discomfort and his vulnerability. Cheating comes in the form of an escapism. So it's him trying to not sit with himself and face the parts of himself that he needs to. So he will avoid doing the work and just basically jump into another relationship of some sorts. Which brings me to number 2. He needs some form of external validation. Men love external validation. Women love external validation. Who doesn't love external validation? When somebody is wounded, they will look outside of themselves for external validation. When you cannot give yourself the validation that you need, you will rely on other people, places, things to fulfill that energy within you. And so if he wasn't getting that validation from the marriage, or maybe he was and it was just kind of getting boring or like something like that, if he's needing more validation to prove himself, to prove his masculinity, to prove his worth, maybe he's addicted to that, or maybe he has low self-confidence, in the way that he builds his confidence, his testosterone, right, is to cheat or to get with a lot of women. And so he gets addicted to that, right? That testosterone boost, that is what it really is. It's that external validation. It gives them that rush. And when men get a testosterone boost off of cheating, you're gonna get a man that cheats a lot. Basically, he feels like a manly man and confident by having a lot of women around. That external validation, guys, and women, you will know this, or subconsciously, it's temporary. It's temporary. It goes away. That highness, it'll wear off, especially like if it's the same girl over and over, it will wear off. He will eventually revert back to the safeness of the marriage, because ultimately that is truly what men crave. Is they like the excitement, and then they like to come back to the safeness, and they will associate the wife with the safeness because they like it. They like it. Every human likes to feel safe, the familiarity of it. But he's just really wanting his nervous system to feel safe again. And the wife provides that safeness, that sense of groundedness, the stability, and she also provides the image of the family man, so shall we say. So he's not going to want said mistress. I'm sorry, mistresses out there, if you're that other woman. If he's not choosing you and you're the other woman, by the way, move on. You're just feeding his ego, okay? You save yourself some time and some dignity, please. I've been there. Number 3, he's afraid of true intimacy. So he has some kind of a core wound of where he is afraid to open up fully for fear of getting hurt, or maybe he doesn't understand fully how to open up or how to experience love. So you have the avoidant man. So he's afraid to ultimately get close and take accountability, to feel that realness of love. Because guys, to be vulnerable in love, guys, it does feel scary. To open your heart, it's a risk. It's a risk to be hurt, especially if somebody has been hurt before, or if he has seen his parents, go through something traumatic. It can basically put up a heart wall, is what we call it in energy work. The heart protects itself, and with a wall, things can't get out, things can't get in. So it's a guard. So the moment that the man feels like everything is getting too close, or intimacy, or he's feeling vulnerable, he's going to start pulling back, right? He's going to start being afraid of being seen. He's going to start subconsciously sabotaging the relationship. He's going to start emotionally clamming up, because this is activating some form of childhood wound, some form of abandonment. He's not going to be able to express himself emotionally, but he's going to see you as the issue. Basically see you as the issue because you're activating these fears within him. And you are going to wonder what you're doing wrong. You're going to actually be pulled towards it, wanting more communication, wanting more emotional depthness, asking him for more, but he's not willing, or say willing, he's not able to actually give more emotional depthness or open up more or experience more of the love that you're desiring, because of his fear of intimacy or abandonment. He can't go to the depths that you're wanting to go. And because of this, he will see you as the villain, and so he will turn to said other things for cheap hits. So number 4, he's addicted to the dopamine hit. He is bored in his life. He needs some spice. Men like to chase. That is the primitive aspect. That is just the primitive thing in men. Men are hunters. They like the chase. And so they get a thrill off of the chase of a mistress, off of, especially if the mistress is off limits, or there's a game of cat and mouse, or if it's forbidden. It invokes dopamine. It invokes that excitement. It becomes addictive. Dopamine is addictive. So basically it's creating this excitement, this chaos energy, and some men associate love with chaos. Chaos can feel like love for some people. And so when you get in the monotony of said marriage or a partnership, and you just get in the mundane of things and it feels boring, you kind of start looking elsewhere. So basically, spice up your love life, guys. Do things that are out of the ordinary. Keep it alive. Keep the flame going, right? Yes. Okay. Number 5, he is stuck in karmic patterns. Oh, been there. Karmic patterns playing out. Basically, spiritually cheating is a symptom of old lessons. He hasn't elevated yet. He will keep repeating the same cycle over and over and over, basically jumping from relationship to relationship, not doing the inner work because he can't face himself. So when something ends, because he cannot face himself, go to the emotional depthness that he needs to basically rise with his partner, right? When the feminine basically is calling said masculine to heal or to come with her, to elevate to her level and frequency. And we all know the levels of frequency and reality, guys. You have to be a vibrational match. When she's rising in frequency and calling him forth to come forward, and he's not doing the healing work, he's going to fall out of her reality, right? So when this happens, he is going to basically seek, like we talked about in the first one, he's going to jump to the next relationship, not fully facing himself. Instead of cheating, he's just going to go to the next relationship, and the said cycle is going to repeat, because probably what drew him to said partner was the same karmic pattern that drew him to his first partner, and it will all repeat the cycle all over again. We call that hell. So don't worry, karma never leaves a debt unpaid. That is just how it goes. It is, you don't have to do anything, just let it play out and how it needs to. And down the road, if you are said woman and you have been cheated on, trust me, if you have risen, if you're in the karmic cycle, and you have done the healing work and you called forth your husband, masculine, whatever, and he did not do the work and cheated on you and repeated the karmic pattern, you are going to stay imprinted in his soul for until he heals. That is just how the body, mind, spirit works. You will be in the back of his mind. You will be in his energetic system. You will be tied to that wound forever until he heals it. So literally, you will haunt him in his dreams. You will. And guys, cheating energy, if you're the one that has been cheated on, that is the best energy to manifest with. Take that pain, make it your power, alchemize that biatch. So anyway, a man who is healed and grounded and emotionally mature does not cheat. Okay, guys? Not because he is perfect, but because he chooses integrity, because he chooses not acting from wounds. He chooses wisdom. He understands himself enough. He understands why he feels the way that he does, and he does the inner work. Men who do not cheat, it doesn't mean they don't feel the same things that the men that do. They just choose not to cheat. They still feel lust. They still feel desire. They still see a hot woman or whatever. They feel that pull. They still feel the magnetism with other women or whatever that they have maybe some karmic patterns with. You know, they just choose not to engage in it because they're aware, right? They're aware of their wounds and they can sit with themselves, face themselves, and they know what love is. They know what love looks like. They know that whatever with another partner, it's not going to last. It's cheap hits of dopamine, cheap hits of hormones, cheap love cocktails that are going to fade over time. It's not going to be where you have a conscious awareness with a partner to build something with, a soul connection that they probably have with somebody because they've done the inner work, because they're not choosing to cheat, right? So they have a partner that they can build something meaningful with in life and choose love and to evolve one another. Why would you throw that away? You wouldn't. You would communicate your needs, your wants, your desires, your whatever you're feeling on the inside. Even if you had that desire to cheat, communicate the need that is giving you that desire to cheat. Tell your wife, tell your partner what you need to then fulfill that desire, so then you don't have said desire anymore. They know these things. They know these things. They are the men that have done the work. Women too. This whole video can apply to women. Maybe a little bit different actions, but on how they feel. But women can cheat too. It's the same across the board, guys. Anyway, hopefully this video helped you guys out. Hopefully it brought to your conscious awareness some of the things with cheating, with, you know, relationships in general. But when it all boils down to it, guys, I mean, relationships, when we talk about it more on a 3D level, a human level, a primitive level with hormones and all that stuff like that, it is basically, guys, we are animals. We are animals trying to understand ourselves and the dynamics and psychology and the chemistry that we have. It really dictates our actions. When you are aware of your thoughts and how they affect your body and the chemistry and the hormones going on inside of it, can you then choose something different? You don't have to choose to go along with it. The body does have a mind of its own. It's the hormones, and then it kind of drives your thoughts. But you have to be greater than your body sometimes. You have to train it sometimes, right? So, sending you guys all my light and all my love. Satnam.